Hi there everybody and welcome back to my channel. In today's tutorial I'm going to be showing you how to make up one of these simple little seed packets. Now you can use whatever paper that you have. It doesn't need to be double-sided. You can see the print of the paper is on the outside. You could use up a newspaper, you could use up magazines, you could use up whatever you have. Now, this time of year, I know that lots of you are collecting those seeds. Now, I normally put mine in a little paper bag, screwed up in the bottom of a drawer, but wouldn't these make fabulous seed swaps? Wouldn't these make lovely gifts? So, in today's tutorial, I'm going to show you how to make up the little packet. I'm going to go over a little variety of how we close them. In my next tutorial, now I did post this on social media and everybody went mad for this. Wouldn't this make a lovely gift? Very inexpensive. If you're collecting seeds, you could pop a different one in each packet and then maybe save these and give them as Christmas presents, birthday presents, any sort of presents that you can think of. So in the next tutorial I'm going to show you how to make the perfect box, and I will also show you where your seed packets can stand up. If I just put these in a normal box, they tend to go all over the place, but in here they stand up nicely. So what I'm going to do is just show you the packets today, and then over this coming weekend I'm going to be showing you how to make up one of these lovely boxes. Now, just for reference, these come out at 4 inches tall by approximately 2 3/4 of an inch across. So I'm going to show you how to make this one, but I'm also going to show you when we get to that stage how I've closed these ones as well. So let's get started. So for each packet you are going to need a piece of paper 6 by 6 inches. Now, as I said, this is just single-sided paper. I've taken this sheet from a paper pad from Hobbycraft. It's got lovely natural looking designs in there. I just thought that was quite appropriate, and also at the front you do have these sort of I wouldn't say they're cutouts, but you don't have to cut them out. You can just pour these out and decorate. Now I'm going to be using a scoring board to fold. This isn't essential. If you have a ruler and a blunt knife, just be aware, if you're going to do that, of whatever is on your table. Maybe put an old piece of card underneath. Now, if you want to have your direction of your print going, then this is the way it should be at the moment, is going upwards. So what we're going to do to start with is score at 1/2 inch and 3 1/4. Then we're going to turn our paper clockwise. So again, if you have a directional print, you need it to be going up this way. Again, we're going to score at 1/2 inch. Then we're going to score at 4 1/2. And that's our scores done. Now, I've prepared this little example for you, and you can see we have these score lines here. Okay, so what we're going to do is cut away. So we're going to cut away this piece here, this piece here. We're going to be cutting away this little corner piece here and this piece here. Okay, so if you just have a look at that for just one moment, I'm going to just cut away and then I'll show you what I'm left with. So just using your scissors and those score lines as a guide, just try and do this as neatly as possible. Obviously you can do this neater. It's not so easy when you're on camera. So we can also cut along this piece. it's quite a good idea to have some quite nice sharp scissors. So obviously if you're doing this with children, just supervise them. Okay, and then this piece and this piece I'm going to do all in one. Now this piece is quite a nice size, so I am going to keep this piece. So just up to that score line here. Don't know if you can see that. Hoping this print isn't too busy for you. You can see those lines. Now I do tend to keep these pieces. They make nice embellishments. I've cut a circle out here. Also, you can use the reverse, maybe cut out some labels, and then what you could do, if you have your packet of seeds, maybe you could stick a label on the back and just write in there what's in that particular seed packet. So I'm going to set that aside for the moment. So if I just show you, this is the example. This is what we're left with. So now what we're going to do is go ahead and just fold all of our score lines. Now, wouldn't this be a nice idea to maybe make these up using some old gardening magazines? That would be a nice way of just, you know, recycling, and I think gardening magazines would be rather appropriate. Now, at this stage, what I want to do before I glue is just fold this over and then just see how we're lining up. Sometimes, because of the way that our crease has gone, we need to just trim this side down a little, just a slither, even a millimetre. Now mine looks pretty much perfect, but this would be the time. Just have a quick measure. If you have a piece of paper sticking out here, you know, if this side is sticking out here, so just trim that off with your scissors, that'll be fine. Okay, but now also what I'm going to do before I start gluing, to get rid of some of this bulk when we fold this over, I'm just going to take my scissors at an angle and just snip that part off. We're going to snip the same on these two parts here. You could go straight across. And then this one here. It doesn't need to be too neat. These are going to be inside the packet. And also I need to put a finger notch here. This just helps when you're trying to get your seeds out of the packet. You can get your fingers in there nicely. Now for this, I do have my 1-inch circle punch. This isn't essential, you don't have to have one of these. I'm going to show you in just one moment another idea. I'm just going to eyeball that, and then I'm just going to cut that out. Okay, so this is going to be on the shorter part here. Now, if you don't have one of those punches, what you could do, if I show you this one, is I've just cut out like a little triangle there. So that's going to work out exactly the same. Again, what I did with that extra tab piece, I turned that into a lovely tag, and then when I pegged this on, it just tells people what's inside there. So you don't need to have that circle punch. What I'm also going to do is I'm now going to just corner round these corners off, and I do have a little corner rounder. I believe I got this from Hobbycraft a couple of years ago. I think it was about £2. So if you have got a corner rounder, you could do that now. You don't have to do that. This one here, I literally just cut these edges off. Again, if I take that off, you will be able to see what I did is I just cut one side and then I just turned that over to mirror on the other side, and then it makes it look like a nice tag effect. So you don't have to have either of those pieces of equipment. You can just make it up as you go along. So now we're ready to glue. Now you could fold and have these on the outside, but I tend to put these on the inside. So I'm going to put glue along here, and then I'm going to fold it over to stick. Now I would suggest you try and put your glue towards the outside rather than inside. You don't want the glue spilling out because then your packet won't open. I'm going to be using, I do love this, art glitter glue. You can get this from Amazon. As usual, anything that I use in my tutorials, I will link in that description box down below. Oh, that's blogged out a little bit. Always does it when you're on camera. So I'm sort of concentrating on those edges rather than, you know, you need enough to be able to stick, but you don't want the glue on the inside of the packet. Okay, and then all you're going to do is just very neatly fold those edges over to meet, and then just use your fingers to firm that down. As you can see, this glue dries nice and quick, and it dries clear. So if you do have a little bit that spills out, don't worry. So I'm just going to fold that down. I'm going to leave that to dry. I'm again just going to make sure that my tab lines up nicely and fold down one more time. And there you have your nice little seed packet. So obviously we're going to need to fasten this up. You don't want your seeds to fall out. So on these examples, I'm just going to show you, you could use some washi tape because that's easily unpeeled and then put back again. You could just maybe use a sticker. As I've shown you before, you could use a peg just to keep that closed. That's fine. You could use one of these lovely brads. I'm going to show you how I did this in just a moment. Or you could use these fabulous Velcro dots. Now, I've had these for ages. I've tried them on fabric many times and they're a bit rubbish on fabric. But for paper, they are absolutely fantastic. Now, again, I got these from Amazon. Just like this, you're going to get two different sorts. So this is how I put them on paper. I just attach, so they're already attached. Then I would take the flap and then I would stick them down to wherever I wanted them. And literally you just fold, okay? And then just gently peel away. And they just hold nicely. Now, if you've got a packet, something like that, these work very well. It's quite sturdy paper that I'm using, so it doesn't tend to make it bend. But as I said, I've had these for absolutely ages. I've used them on fabric and they weren't very good at all, so I'm glad I found a use for them. But as I say, I'm going to show you how to put on this brad here. So you will need to get yourself one of these little metal brads. I got these on Amazon. These are We Are memory keepers and they come in all these lovely colours. It just adds a little bit of something, I feel. So you also need a little round cutout. So I've punched this with my 1-inch round punch. So I used a bit of the scrap from another packet. Okay, and then if you notice, I've just eyeballed. You could measure this, just find the center. You will need some sort of hole punch. I have this one from We Are Memory Keepers. This is going to punch the hole and it's going to insert the brad. Again, I'm just going to hold that. I'm going to use that little mark as a guide and I'm going to punch my hole through both of those. Oh, that wasn't very in the middle. It's not easy on camera, you know. Then what I'm going to do is turn it the pattern way up. Insert my brad just there. Okay, and then I'm going to use this tool again to just insert that brad. Okay, so I'll try and do this quite fiddly. Okay, and then I'm just going to push that down as hard as I possibly can. And there you go, your brad is attached. Now I don't like it to be too tight. I make mine quite loose because I want to get some string or cotton or embroidery thread, whatever it is that you have. And I'm just going to wrap. Okay, so I'm going to go behind the card. I'm going to go round once to secure. And then you can just wrap that around as many times as you want. Whatever you feel looks good. Wrap it round another couple of times. And then you can just snip off your end. And there you have your little packet. Now you could, as I say, decorate. You could add stickers. You could add labels on the back. You could maybe put your seeds in and then put a little label in with them, maybe some instructions. But what do you think? Fabulous little seed packets. Now again, as I say, if you make lots of these up, over the weekend I'm going to be showing you how to make that fabulous little, where's it gone, seed box to put these packets in. So let me know how you get on. If you enjoyed this tutorial, then please do give me a thumbs up. Make sure you're subscribed to this channel and I will see you here next time. Bye bye.